Hi, this is Jason Fielder with the Daily Forex Report for September 24th. We're looking at the US Japanese yen pair. I'm expecting this pair to move between 106.64 on the higher side. On the lower side, look for 105.04. I am expecting some resistance to come into this market a little bit higher at 106.75. And as far as support, we could see some support come into this market around 105.64 at that level. It's real interesting to me that we had 4 bars relatively close in range from the open to the close, and we have 4 bars at least on the lower side that are real similar, and they are, of course, have a downward slant here. So if we get a break below probably these two lows, this session low, we could see it go much further. Don't know if it'll do that. It's pretty much moving sideways after the breakout that occurred during this session. The bias, not sure at this point, just looking at it, thinking it's probably going to continue going sideways at this point. Now looking at the Euro USD pair, this pair moved lower today. I'm expecting it to move between 147.83 and 145.67 on the lower side. Look for some support around the same area. As far as resistance goes, looking for some resistance to come in the market at 14700 with this particular pair. Now switching to the pound US dollar pair. This pair moved down as well today. I'm expecting it to move between 184.06 on the low side, on the high side 186.44. And as far as support and resistance, look for some support to come in a little bit lower at 183.50, and look for some resistance to come in around 185.50 for this pair to the upside. Now switching over to the Swiss, the US Swiss, this pair moved higher. Generally, it's tracking sideways like the other pairs for the most part. We're looking for a high of 1.0953 and 1.0772 on the lower side. Look for some support to come into this market a little bit higher at 108.60. As far as resistance goes, look pretty much for the same level. The next level I'd look for would be right around the 1.1000 level, maybe a little bit higher, basically at the close here and the open and then the close again for this particular pair. Well, we have news announcements coming out. We have the New Zealand dollar has their account deficit gross domestic product for the second quarter being released. That's being released at 6:45 p.m. today. Consensus is that it's gone lower from negative 7.8% to negative 7.9%. Not a great leap there, but still a little bit of a change. The Japanese have their adjusted merchandise trade balance for August being released, and that's being released at 7:50 p.m. and the consensus is that it's dropped from 172.4 billion down to 112.5 billion. So definitely keep an eye out on that. That could definitely affect the U.S. Japanese yen pair. Now, going into Thursday, we have the consumer confidence survey for Germany being released, and that will affect the euro, of course. The consensus is that it's dropped from 1.5 to 1.3, and that's being released at 2:10 a.m. Eastern Time. The U.S. has their durable goods orders for August being released at 8:30 a.m. Consensus is that it's dropped from 1.3% down to negative 1.5%. And then at 10 a.m. they have the new homes sales for August being released. Consensus is that they've dropped from 515K to 510K. I'd be surprised if it doesn't come in lower than that. for the new home sales. And if it comes in much lower than that, I would expect that definitely to move the market. We should see the Euro USD go higher on that news release. That's at 10 a.m. So if you're in front of your computer or able to be, I would definitely be there. Keep an eye out on the number. If it's significantly lower, we could definitely see the Euro USD move higher on that news. Now, the New Zealand dollar has their gross domestic product for the second quarter being released, and that's at 6:45 p.m. A little bit later. Consensus is that it's gone down from negative 0.3% to negative 0.4%. They also have year-to-date figures. Gross domestic product, the GDP has dropped from 1.9% estimated down to 0.6%. So quite a big drop there that could negatively affect the New Zealand dollar against all pairs. So you may want to take a look at that one as well. Now, a little bit later at 7:30 p.m., we have the Japanese Consumer Price Index being released, and that it's estimated to have dropped from 2.3% down to 2.1%, which would be a good would be good for the yen. So keep an eye on that one. I'd probably have to see a larger jump than just 0.2% overall for it really to affect the yen, but it has the ability, if it comes out much higher or much lower, definitely to move the market. So you want to keep an eye on that one. Again, that's at 7:30 p.m. tomorrow. Well, that about wraps it up for today. Until tomorrow, good trading.